Okay, let us start. Okay, let's talk about the elements ha. So we will be discussing one by one the elements in the periodic table. And at the same time, we will also name and identify their compounds as well as their medicinal uses, their industrial uses, their toxicity, and their actions sa body natin if taken or administered. And also, included dito yung chemical names and chemical formula. So you need to really know them one by one. But actually, we have an activity in the laboratory, yung activity number 3, that is entitled Compounds. Yung nag-learn kayo ng naming at the same time making the chemical formula. It will be easier for you sa exam if alam nyo talaga how to name and how to make the chemical formula. Para yung intindihin nyo na lang na i-memorize is yung medicinal uses and industrial uses of these elements and their corresponding compounds. Okay? Sige. So, isa-isahin talaga ha. Let's start with group 0. Pag group 0, ito actually yung group 8 in the periodic table. So, group 8, makikita nyo, if you have your periodic table there, kindly get it para masundan nyo ako. Group 0 or the group 8A. I believe you are very familiar with this. We have the noble gases or we call them inert gases. So, last time, before we concluded our class, I think I already started with the introduction of the noble gases and then we named a few. Okay? So, sinabi ko na they are called noble gases because they can stand alone. They don't really react with other elements to form compounds. And the reason why is because they have completed the 8 valence electrons required in the octet rule. So, di ba sa octet rule, dapat 8 ang electrons sa outermost shell. Okay, we call that valence electron. Pag na-achieve na yon na meron na siyang 8 electrons, then complete na, the element is stable. Okay, sige, Ardisa. So, noble gases or inert gas yun siya. And then again, when you look at the periodic table, we call them group 8A. So they are all, monoatomic. Monoatomic means isang atom lang talaga kapag syempre, hindi sila nagbabind with other elements to form compounds. So they are not included doon sa ating diatomic molecule. If you can still remember or if you have discussed this in the laboratory, yung Birchnow natin. Ito yung tinatawag natin na diatomic molecules. Diatomic kasi dalawa. Kagaya ng O. O is oxygen. Pag sinulat mo siya, it's always O2. Kasi nga, diatomic, pag hindi siya nakabind with other elements, mag-e-exist siya as 2 atoms. So, Birchnow means bromine, iodine, chlorine, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. But the rest of the group 0 elements are monoatomic. Hindi sila kasali dyan sa diatomic molecules natin. Okay? So let's start. Siyempre from the top. Let's have the helium first. So helium class is the second lightest air. So it's second to hydrogen. Now, what do you need to know about helium? Number 1, the word helium is derived from the Greek word helios, which means, let me know if you know this one ha. Helios means the sun. That's the meaning of the name ng ating helium. Sige, Gora. Okay. Okay na. Sige. So, ano yung gamit neto? We use helium number 1 as a synthetic air or artificial air. So yung air talaga na kailangan natin, example in the hospitals, di ba, we use oxygen plus. So kapag ka naubusan yun siya, we may use artificial air, but artificial air contains 20% oxygen and then 80% helium. So mas marami yung helium kesa sa oxygen when you say synthetic air or artificial air, or we call that compressed gas. Now, in the industry, ang industrial use naman nito, ano ba industrial use nito? Nitong helium. What do you know? Yung alam niyong gamit talaga ng helium natin sa industry. Hindi sa ano, sa pharmaceutical na side. Saan niyo ba ginagamit ang helium? Anyone? I'll be recording that ha. Please take note if nag-recite kayo para makompleto niyo yung recitation niyo for midterm. Yes, Miss Ramos.
Gina-identify niya mga gas leaks, ma'am.
Gas leaks.
Ay,
Okay.
yes po.
Okay. Sige,
Ay.
what else? Ano pa? Wala na? Yan lang? Yes, Miss Halambo.
LCD panels po, ma'am, pati fiber optic wire po.
Okay, sige.
Ginagamit.
Sige. Okay, what else? Miss Nawa, do you have any other answers sa sa industrial use? Nagtaas to kabot si Miss Nawa kagaya na kasi naman siya.
Ma'am, it can be used as semiconductors po, ma'am.
Okay, sige. But aside from that, ang pinaka ginagamit na sa screen natin, ginagamit natin siya for balloons. Okay? Ayan. Now, toxicity. I believe you know this very well. Example, yung balloon which is, merong content na helium. Diba? If suyupon ni mo na, you will have Donald Duck-like sound or a chipmunk-like sound. I don't know if you have tried that one, but that is actually the only toxicity that we have for our helium so far. Maraming napuputol, no? Wait lang. I-admit na to sila. Sige. Now, let's move on. Neon. Neon is just for advertising purposes, and currently, we don't have pharmaceutical use yet for our neon. But just like helium, the name neon is also derived from the Greek word. This time, it comes from the Greek word neos, which means new. That's the meaning of the name neon. Okay, so medyo konti lang yung dapat yung tandaan for neon. Ano sunod ng neon? We have the argon. So si argon naman medyo mas marami ito ha. Pero argon itself, or the argon word, argon talaga siya, but its meaning is lazy. Okay? So yan talaga yung meaning ng word na argon. Lazy. Now, what are the things that you need to know about our argon? Number one, it's the most abundant na noble gas. So among them, from helium downwards, si argon yung may pinaka marami in terms of the amount. Now, saan natin siya makukuha? Siyempre sa air. Nasa air lang si argon plus, and it is actually a byproduct of the fractional distillation of air, liquid air. So itong hangin natin, ito siya, liquefy. So we have a process here to liquefy our gas. So syempre gas to liquid, that's condensation. I-condense siya. Pag naging liquid na siya, it will undergo fractionalization or fractional distillation. Makukuha natin una si oxygen and then si nitrogen, and argon will be a byproduct. That's how we get the argon from the atmosphere. So wait lang ha. Let me just connect my pen. Have you tried distillation? nung high school? Or wala? Wala pa. Sige. So, pag sinabing distillation, example, you have here a flask. Nandito yung liquid air natin. I-subject mo yan siya into heating. And then, i-subject mo siya sa distillation. Ah, wait lang. Mamaya ko nasagutin yan, ha? Ay, sorry. So, then hindi ako mag-drawing, ah. Okay. So, ganito. Parang ganito yung setup ng ating distillation. So, may flask ka dito. Again, this is the liquid air. I-heat siya. Siyempre, since this is liquid, pag i-heat mo siya, magiging gas yan siya. So, there is the process of evaporation here. Tapos, this one here is called a condenser. But from the name itself, condenser, siyempre, this will undergo condensation here. And when you say condensation, the gas will be turned back into liquid. And then you have a receiver here na makukuha mo yung liquid na naman. Pwede siyang nitrogen, oxygen, but syempre, the nitrogen and oxygen can also be turned back into gas for a lot of uses. But syempre, again, yung maiiwan dyan, and isa sa product dyan, yung argon. Okay? That's how we get the argon from the atmosphere. Now, ano yung gamit niya pharmaceutically? Si argon is a substitute of nitrogen as an inert atmosphere for our pharmaceutics. So, example, I believe you know yung mga canisters natin, yung kung hindi na lang siya drugs, example, yung mga perfume natin nasa canisters na kailangan mag-emit siya, 'di ba, ng aerosol. Actually, meron yan siyang halong example, nitrogen. Ano lang yan siya, pampa-increase ng pressure para mas efficient yung buga. Pero kasi si nitrogen is also inert. Pag sinabing inert, hindi siya nagre-react with other substances. So, it's okay na maging atmosphere siya just to increase the pressure kasi hindi masisira yung perfume or yung other pharmaceuticals natin. Now, kung wala kasing nitrogen, that's the time we are going to use the argon. Okay, so yan yung gamit ni argon. Okay, 10 minutes more mag-close na ako ang Zoom. Balik lang mo ha. Again, we will use the same link all throughout our class. Now, the next one here is the krypton. So, si krypton naman, the name also comes from the Greek word, from a Greek word, which is actually kryptos. And kryptos means hidden. So, yan yung mga meaning ng kanilang names. Okay? Pero ano yung gamit ng krypton natin? Currently, this is being investigated as a possible anesthetic. Okay? Or anesthesia in short. So, anesthesia for surgical procedures, pwedeng major, pwedeng minor. But nowadays, we have a lot of anesthesias. Pero this one is a possible anesthetics. Anesthetics yan ha, may S yan siya. Kaya lang hindi pa tapos yung investigation for our krypton. So pharmaceutically yan muna yung gamit niya. Now, if argon is the most abundant, this one naman is the least abundant noble gas. Okay? So si krypton actually comes from argon. This was isolated. Kaya nga tinawag siyang hidden because this element was discovered or isolated from argon. So it was like a hidden element sa argon and it was discovered by Ramsay and Roberts. So ito yung sabi ko sa inyo na you really have to take note ha kasi a lot of information na sinasabi ko here are not included doon sa uploaded na PowerPoint presentation. I cannot upload this green na PPT because number one, I don't really own this. This is Ma'am Cherry's PowerPoint presentation. Actually, this comes from my PPT tapos inedit niya, dinagdagan niya ng maraming information. But when she returned the PPT sa akin, she instructed me actually na hindi niya gusto na ibigay ito sa student. So, I don't have the permission. That is the reason why I gave my own PPT sa inyo. But, you take note na lang ha. Take note na lang tayo sa mga additional information. Next, we have the xenon. We are almost done with our noble gases. If you have questions, pwede nyo ding isend sa chat box yung question ninyo. Now, this one, the xenon, this is also investigated as a possible anesthetic just like the krypton. But just like all the other noble gases, yung mga names nila are derived from Greek words. This time naman, this comes from the word xenos. Xenos in Greek means stranger. Okay? So again, this one is stranger, yung original name niya, the xenon. Pero just like krypton also, hindi pa tapos ang investigation for the possible use as anesthetic nito. Okay? And then lastly, before we move on to our group 1 elements, we have the radon or Rn. Now, si radon is actually from the radium. Si radium, di ba, is a group 2 elements. You can look at your periodic table. You can see radium in group 2A. And then, pag nag-decay kasi yung radium na yan, dun mafo-form si radon. But both of them emits radiation. Okay, parehas silang nag-e-emit ng radiation and therefore parehas silang ginagamit as a treatment for certain types of cancer. But mas ginagamit si radon kesa kay radium. Okay, pero again, parehas silang gamot for cancer. Nag-e-emit sila ng radiation. Okay? That's it for the group 0 elements. Questions or clarifications? Alin doon yung hindi naintindihan? Wala. Sure mo ha, basig natog na mo diya. Manawag ko later and then let me check ha kung napabakoy ka istorya din yun. Sige na lang ko din og istorya wakoy. Pwede na minaw na ko. I will call you later. Later na lang. We will continue with the alkali metals first. So number 1, wait lang ha, let me check the time. Sige. Alkali metals, we will talk about the group 1A. So, balik na tayo sa group 1A in the periodic table. Hindi ko pala nasagot yung question kanina. If pwede magdala ng, no, you cannot. You cannot bring periodic table during the exam. Yung sa laboratory ninyo, hindi kayo pwede magdala. Kasi 'di ba, that is the reason why from the start you were asked to memorize the periodic table. That is actually to train you. Kasi sa board exam, we are not allowed to bring also a periodic table. So as early as now, you really need to be familiar with the whole periodic table, pero para it will be easier for you to name or to make chemical formula, especially during the board exam. And then midterm yung ating deadline for that. That's the reason why during the exam, both in lecture and laboratory, you are not allowed na. Yeah, magiging harmful pa rin ang helium if daghan ang ma-consume ng isang person. Wait lang ha. Let me just answer this concern first. I'll be back.